Hey everyone, it's Helen. This isn't going to be a very structured video. I highly doubt I'm going to do any edits on it because it's Saturday night and I want to put this up tomorrow. There was some big news announced this past week, and that is the news that Dreamworks Animation, which is my favorite animation studio, has been bought by Comcast, NBC Universal. And there's a lot of misinformation going around, there's a lot of speculation going around, and there are legitimate points to be made as to pros and cons on each side. I weighed in on it a little bit with a post I wrote on DDP Etc the other day, which actually got a lot of traction and kind of caught me off guard. But I guess when you get to report something on before rotoscopers, that'll happen. But anyways, I just want to talk a little bit more about some things in particular that I don't feel like I got across quite well when I did talk about it. I tried to keep my own opinion out of it as much as I could, and only included a couple speculative things. Anyways, so I'm actually going to start off with the pros of this situation, and a lot of these are going to be due to the financial situation that has led up to this and that has resulted from it. Dreamworks Animation, if you haven't heard, has been going through a financial slump, if you will, in the past 2 or 3 years, probably in the last like 4 even maybe, but definitely in the last 2 years. And last year in January they ended up having to restructure their company. They had to close one of their campuses, they had to lay off a bunch of people, they had to cut down their film output, which isn't really a good thing, and it did leave me a bit heartbroken. They had to push some movies back, including How to Train Your Dragon 3. And that is my kind of franchise with Dreamworks, but I do love the company as a whole. Now, given that, a lot of this has to do with the fact that they were, up until this week, an independent company. They weren't part of a larger corporation like Disney and Pixar and most other animation studios actually up to this point. And Jeffrey Katzenberg has been trying to sell the company, and to be honest, they need to be part of a larger distribution company at this point, or a company at this point. Just financially, they need to be able to, because obviously you hope that every film that they make will be like a smash and a hit, but that's not always a guarantee. Even if the movies are really good, like Kung Fu Panda 3 was, it's not always guaranteed to be a box office success. And with the budgets that animation movies usually have, you know, you really have to nail it. So I do think that in the long run this might be a good thing financially for the studio to be part of a larger company. And I'm not too thrilled that it's Comcast, but I think they'll hopefully respect the studio enough and respect the people that work there enough to kind of let them be. Hopefully, maybe. As far as some concerns that I have, I am a little bit concerned that they're under the same corporation as now that owns Illumination Entertainment, which is responsible for those dang Minions, man. For the most part, I do think that they'll treat them as like separate divisions. And as far as has been announced, like they're going to keep the Dreamworks label. So it's kind of like when Disney bought Pixar, they didn't like change the name or anything. It's still like Pixar. And it does seem like NBC, or which, you know, Comcast owns NBC Universal, whatever. It seems like they're going to try to make a power play with that, which is a good thing because Disney has 2 main studios. No, they have 2 main studios. And what I think that they could do is that they could keep Dreamworks. They can do like more serious fare, and Illumination can do kind of the lighter stuff. I don't think they've done anything too serious. Illumination, what does worry me a little bit is the head of Illumination, Chris Meledandri, is going to come in and supervise things at Dreamworks, because Jeffrey Katzenberg, who built the company from the ground up pretty much, this is like his baby. He's kind of giving it away, which sucks a lot because he has been such a driving force behind it. But I think, I guess when you feel like the time is right for you to leave and to put it in other hands, you gotta know. I mean, like George Lucas did that when he gave Lucasfilm to Marvel. So, you know, obviously someone somewhere, they thought that it was the right thing to do at the time, and I think you really do need to put trust in those people. That being said, Illumination Entertainment doesn't have the best critical record. They haven't had like a I mean, the Despicable Me movies, not including the Minions one, it was good. And Minions and the Lorax were not so much. And at this point, I'm not too sure about Secret Life of Pets or Sing, or I'm a little bit on the fence about the Grinch movie too, actually. But that being said, I'm a little bit worried that the head of Illumination is going to come in and make some changes. Who was talking in my video? You're going to have to live with this. I'm not going to make any cuts. The other thing is, I think that they might cut some costs, because Illumination is known for making their movies a little bit cheaper. Dreamworks pushing the technology that they do and making the developments that they do, obviously bigger budget, especially with the Dragons movies, with the technology that they've thrown everything they have into that. I don't think that this will affect Dragons 3 very much at all, to be honest. I think it's far enough into production. Obviously they are doing something right. They have the team back. I don't think that it'll be too affected by this. I think I might have, like, I don't know, it was just initial reaction in my article, so don't read too much into that. As far as future output going forward, I do hope that they don't like start going into more lighter fare, because when they nail like serious fail when they do like serious fare, like they nail it. Like they did that with Dragons, they did that with Kung Fu Panda, they nailed it with Rise of the Guardians, which please come get a sequel. I don't know, maybe they'll do it. Some other miscellaneous negatives. Let Bonnie Arnold keep her job. Please don't fire her or Marielle Soria. Just let them keep their jobs, please. And also, Comcast, I know, doesn't necessarily like Netflix that much, which is interesting because DreamWorks has all those TV series on Netflix, which is, I don't know. The Netflix deal, I believe, runs through 2017, so hopefully they won't cancel that right away and let that go out, because they have been creating really good content, not just like Dragon's Race to the Edge. I know it might seem like I'm cuddling up to that, but no, they have legitimately made like pretty good other content. You know, and I feel like Netflix allows them the freedom to do that. I think they just picked up like 5 Daytime Emmy Awards for their programming, so I mean they're doing really well with that. I guess, yeah, those are my really only concerns, and a lot of those are a big what ifs. Some other positives. DreamWorks does have a lot of property. Fun fact, they actually own Classic Media, which owns VeggieTales, which is really weird for me because I grew up on that anyways. But they do own some other properties, like they own Voltron, they own Lassie, they own Casper the Friendly Ghost. They own all that. So, you know, they could conceivably like make a lot of content money, money off of that, and it might be a good thing, might not, you know, you never know. A lot of things are up in the air. The nice thing is though, if y'all have been waiting for rides at theme parks based on DreamWorks features, this might be the opportunity. I'm really hoping that now that like Universal like has all these, they can put these rides in like the park, and we can get an awesome How to Train Your Dragon 3 ride. Just saying. Anyways, that's kind of all I have to say on the subject that I haven't already said like on Tumblr. I'm less concerned now than I was when the news was first announced, but I'm still not sure exactly what to think of this. Hopefully financially it'll be in better hands. I hope it'll stay its separate imprint. Anyways, this is gonna be like 10 minutes. I don't think I've like rambled along too much, but anyways, thanks for watching this week, guys. Thanks for sticking by me as I don't really put stuff together. As always, you can subscribe here on my main channel. for more content every single week. I just put up, speaking of DreamWorks, on my second channel, I was bored one day and I decided to watch the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon 2 again, and I think it's pretty entertaining. I'll link that in the description down below. I also, again, like I wrote for DDP Etc on this sale of Dreamworks to Comcast, so you can check that out. There's more information, and I also linked to an official release, I believe it was from deadline.com. Yeah, follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Spotify, all that. I'll see you guys here next week. Remember to keep living awesome lives, and yeah, see ya.